Hey folks, welcome back to an all-new Cold Cans. Today we're not doing some pithy little story at the top. We're jumping right into a parable or terrible.
Oh! We haven't even introduced the beer.
We have not, but I'm afraid that this parable terrible is going to go bad if we don't eat it quickly.
Okay.
It's probably not as exciting as that might make it sound.
Oh,
it's not fresh, but it was refrigerated and needs to be consumed before it gets too warm.
Okay.
So with the beer we have, I will announce, it is the St. Arnold Brewery Santo, a black Kolsch out of Houston, Texas, and we'll talk about that more later. So let's crack these puppies.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got beer all over me.
Yeah, nice little head popping out right away. And today's parable or terrible is a little Tex-Mex, if you will. Lunchables, nacho, cheese dip, and salsa.
All right, get a picture of that.
Oh,
And we also have a
boy.
very special guest on the show that we haven't had a chance to
Hey.
introduce. My wife! Devon Glocke is back on the show. Just
Hey,
got
guys.
a picture. Okay, so salsa, what is it?
Nacho, cheese dip, and salsa. A bit of Tex-Mex.
All right.
Flavor of the South to pair with this Texas beer.
All right.
We're going to pop this open. It comes with...
And what's your plan? What's your plan for the intro music with this? How are you gonna lead? How are you gonna lead the listeners?
Once we start chewing, I'll hit the music.
Oh, and that'll be nice.
Yeah.
That'll
I see.
like, yeah. Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you.
This is fun.
Thank you for making me reveal my secret plan. Okay, so this contains Kraft nacho cheese, tortilla chips, and salsa.
Kraft nacho cheese.
Kraft
That's very
nacho
specific.
cheese.
Kraft nacho cheese.
And if you might be thinking, well, don't you heat up cheese? Well, right here on the bag it says, no need to heat. Just dip the chips into cheese and salsa.
Ooh, I love room temperature cheese dip.
So here we go.
Can you tell me what exactly makes the cheese dip Kraft?
It's probably melted down like
Kraft
Kraft
singles.
singles.
Yeah, ideally. Yeah. Not
opposite of
Kraft
what I was
not
thinking.
Kraft with a
With a C.
Kraft with a K.
No, sorry.
obviously.
Yeah.
Not Kraft
I
with
didn't
two
even-
C's. Kraft with a K.
Oh, yeah. It looks
Oh,
good. It smells
This
good.
doesn't look good. Take
I
that
smell
back.
the salsa right away.
Oh,
All right, I get a
God.
pick of that.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
like, Joey, dip
Now the
your
chips-
dick.
The chips
The
are this
chips
big.
are little, quarter-sized tortilla
Joey,
chips.
dip your chip into that stuff.
Well, I'm gonna
Dip it in,
mix.
and
I'm gonna
then-
mix.
and
I'm gonna
then
mix.
We're going to get a bite.
Couple too many.
Couple too many.
Mixture bit. Oh yeah!
Initial thoughts.
Oh, mommy. Well, I want to take them independently. And welcome back to the show, folks. Welcome to another episode.
Yes.
I'm like, I have to chew way back.
Yeah, this one's a loud one. This one has, there's no joke here. My initial thoughts are the Lunchable was better than I thought. That said, if
Okay.
you're packing this in your kid's backpack and this is what they're eating for lunch,
What the fuck is
they're
wrong
gonna,
with you?
They're going to be very sick.
Yeah, you should be arrested.
They're not going to feel well. It does not pair well with, as you announced at the top of the show, the St. Arnold Brewing Company's Santo Black Kolsch
Kolsch.
style.
Indeed. The salsa here is very bad. I think the Kraft cheese with a K is actually better.
So I
than
did.
the salsa.
Did you mix?
I did.
I actually thought that was pretty good. I'm going to go back in.
Okay. Double dip. They do give you a fair amount of chiplets there, which is
yeah,
nice.
they're definitely chiplets though. Like,
Yeah.
why are they so? I guess they can't be that big in that kind of a packaging.
Right. And these,
Yeah,
I mean,
there's-
you'll notice not much breakage here.
No, it's
Bigger
pretty
chips
good.
will collapse under their own weight.
That's, I suppose, true.
I don't know if that's
But if
true.
you're tossing that into a lunchbox into a backpack, then you're
True.
fucked already.
True.
So
Oh.
it's
Well,
Thoughts, Joe?
the plastic casing is supposed to be like, it's like an OtterBox. This
Oh,
isn't going to go
like an
anywhere.
OtterBox?
Yeah.
that's nice.
When you dipped both the salsa and the cheese, which one did you dip first?
Cheese, then salsa.
I didn't do that. I went salsa then cheese.
Oh, my God. That makes all the
What's
difference.
wrong
I'm going to
with
do
you?
salsa.
Try that order and it might change everything.
Try which order? Cheese then salsa?
The salsa also might just be ketchup.
It's
might be.
very close to ketchup.
This is not parable, but I see what you were doing there. You were going with Tex-Mex, Texas. Not
Very
parable, but
popular.
what do you think about the beer? Because I think the beer is independently good. Together, a lethal combination.
Yeah, nothing.
not bad,
No
not
beverage.
good
No
together.
beverage in heaven nor hell would go well with this Lunchable. So yeah, not parable.
Yeah,
Terrible
Not
indeed.
terrible.
Well,
Yeah.
What is
terrible.
it? Yeah, that's it.
Nailed it.
Cheers, guys, and Devin, welcome back to the
welcome,
show.
Devin.
Cheers.
Good to have ya.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a good tasty
Beer is good, and I think
Yeah,
we
that's
would
real
be
malty.
remiss not to immediately acknowledge these beers were sent as a gift in a package from our very good friends, Adrienne and Evin. They live in Austin, Texas. Listeners to the show. So big shout out to our Austin fam. Cold
Hell
Cans
yeah.
Austin. Specifically to Adrienne and Evin. Thank you so much for the gift. We greatly appreciate it.
It was like the best package ever.
It was great. It also had some barbecue sauce
did.
in it.
It also had
Oh,
barbecue sauce in
wow.
it.
Yeah.
We probably should have brought that.
I was
Damn
it
it.
just dawned on me that would have been the parable.
Shot of barbecue sauce.
We
with
could have
this.
put some barbecue sauce on these little chiplets, and then it would have been a nice.
That might be what
nice-
that salsa is.
I don't know. I think that ketchup is a better.
Ketchup is what it could be.
I like have heartburn from it already.
Yeah, I
though.
don't
Like,
feel
it's not,
good.
No.
It's not a good
The system
combo.
is rejecting it.
Yeah, it's like no,
But
you cannot have it.
Again, Adrienne and Evan, thank you so much.
Yes, thank
yes.
you.
Nick, you're gonna have to come over sometime. We'll cook something with the barbecue. I can make my famous ribs.
Oh, Joel's famous ribs.
Boy.
I make Instapot ribs that'll make your face melt off.
You got Joel's Crab Shack. Well, this is Joel's Rib Crib.
Joe, it's actually not. It's my dad's Bloat's rib crib.
Joel's Rib Crib.
he's bloated enough that his ribs. Anyway, so this got to thinking, a Texas style show, right down to the Texas classic Lunchable, Parable, or Terrible.
Yeah.
And we were in Austin recently. Nick, you've been in Austin as we've kind of announced on the show. I know Austin has a good beer scene, and I think this fits the bill pretty well. Starting with the graphic design, I think the graphic design is
Can
awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the classic Day of the Dead type Mexican skull.
Dia de los Dead for those who are in the
Yes.
know.
Dia de los Dead. The label artwork is by Houston artist Carlos Hernandez, who is known for his Day of the Dead Rockstar series of paintings and prints. And so they put that on this. I think that's really cool. It's one of
We're
our best
supporting
logos.
local art every time we buy this.
Yeah.
Get it shipped illegally through the mail.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know.
If we should have
They're a little
announced this.
dinged up. The cans are a little dinged up, but they got here just fine.
It's a Dota situation. Don't ask, don't tell.
All right.
Just like
I didn't
the
have
military.
to show my ID to
Used
the
to be.
postal service, I suppose.
It's like the popular gaming festival here in Seattle, Washington.
The
Dota,
Oh,
Dota
DOTA.
2.
Oh, I thought you said popular with a B.
Just like the popular game festival. So Adrienne and Evan sent this. They're from Austin. This is, as we talked about earlier, is a Houston beer. I've
Those
been
are what? 2 hours, 3 hours away? Something?
Texas,
is
yeah, it
the
could be
size-
12
it's
hours.
Enormous,
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't
who
know.
could say?
But I've been to Houston. We've been to Austin. We'll talk about Austin. I wanted to spend 30 seconds on Houston. I may have mentioned this on the show before, but I'm not a fan of the place. I've compared it in the past to it seems like if Costco bought a city, that they would create Houston. It's kind of one big parking lot. Everybody just drives around everywhere. There's very little walking.
Good savings, though?
I don't even know if there's good savings,
Oh,
Nick.
God. I don't know if Costco's appropriate for this thing.
That's true. What is your whole bit with where the costs go?
Yeah, where the costs go? To die.
I always wondered when we would go to Costco and you'd always go, where the costs go? And I always wondered what you meant by that, whether
Yeah.
you were asking the question, where do the costs go?
Yeah, that you can do that too.
Where
If
the
you're going
costs
for the-
go.
Yeah, where the costs go.
Because they're
It
not
all
there.
stems from the Petco tagline. It's Petco,
where
where
the
the
pets-
pets go.
Now I get it. I never got that
So if
before.
you just do that with anything,
With
that ends
anything
in
that's co.
exactly.
Okay, got
yeah.
It's
great fun. Do it at home.
I'll bring it home. I'm going to bring it home,
Oh,
Doug.
great. Perfect. That's a really fun game to play. We'll enjoy that with
Yeah.
our time.
As you do all our bits
Yes.
and gags.
Oh, 100% of them.
You like it every single time.
Every single time.
I was just telling you, we were doing an Oral B bit last night.
Yeah.
We got a mechanical toothbrush, and I was brushing my teeth. And
To
I was
share?
going, to share. We have one.
One
so
single
I
toothbrush.
pass it right off to her.
We don't even put more toothpaste on it.
And the person that's
Now
not
that's savings.
yeah, you want to talk savings. The person that's not brushing their teeth has to sing Oral B, Oral B, Oral B, Oral B. I'm gonna be rocking that good. It's a classic BEP song, folks,
BEP,
ladies and gentlemen.
Circa what? What did we decide?
2008.
No,
Who could say?
2008 probably. Yeah. We were talking about Milkshake.
Oral B,
Khalees's
Oral B.
Milkshake
Oh, right.
being 2003.
I'm a B is 2009.
Oh, wow.
Close.
Shit.
Seems like much longer.
I'm a B. I'm a B. I'm a B. That's so oral B.
Yeah. No, I think the listeners got
good.
it. They got it. It's good. Thanks,
I
Nick.
love it.
Oh, not good.
So you were talking
Not good.
Houston, and you've been there for work, right?
Been
That's your experience.
Houston for work. Actually, also went there for leisure.
Oh, did you?
Went there for a Badger game, Badgers versus
Oh,
LSU.
right.
Oh yeah.
We got so blackout drunk in a bar, and we got in a fight with an LSU.
I tried to strangle a guy.
You grabbed
Oh,
him by
wow.
the forehead. I remember.
Nah, I think. Oh, maybe
Not
it
by
was.
the neck. You grabbed
No.
him right by
in
the
my
head.
eyes, I was strangling him.
like the.
Oh, by his cheeks or something like that.
You grabbed him by the
It was
cheek,
an
and then
angry.
and then he
it
was
was an
kind of
angry. It was an
twisted
angry
away.
elf.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you grabbed
Yeah.
him right by the top of the head, and he was like, ah! And he ran away.
Not my proudest moment, but he was like bullying one of
Just-
our friends.
He
And
was.
just a stranger? Complete stranger?
Yeah, he was an
LSU
LSU fan.
Okay.
But yes, total stranger.
Wow.
He was talking shit.
Yeah, the LSU knocked off Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're walking. We're bitter. We're a little drunk. We're a little bitter. And he came up and he's talking a bunch of shit, like just being a sore winner, which is just despicable to be an adult and to be
Right.
doing that. And then our friend was kind of getting right into Tony's face, and Devon stepped up to the rescue. And took
I don't
this
think I
guy
needed.
down.
There was no need for me to step up to the rescue.
Tony was just kind of ignoring it.
I just
and-
turned into the Hulk, Lady Hulk.
You
and-
did. You turned into Lady Hulk and grabbed him by the head.
I'll tell you what, the Badgers could have used you on the field that day.
Right?
Hey.
That's the day that Raphael Gaglianone gave his famous little dance. I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
did,
he
like,
ever
his
did it
belly
again.
dance
Yeah.
For
That was-
Wisconsin fans.
Saw it live, man. So good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Houston's fine. That's
Houston's
what
fine.
That's the review I'll give of
And
Houston.
what I'll say is, there's a bit of a school rivalry, at least was in the 50s, between the University of Houston and the University of Texas at Austin. And that's where and we'll post a picture of this, the Cougar hand sign came about. And the Cougars, it's the traditional form of the shocker. Let's just put it out
It
there.
is, yeah.
It's the shocker. And there's a couple schools that do this. I think Arizona State does it. They do a pitchfork. But the reason the Cougars do is because their mascot, Shasta the First, lost a toe. This is a real cougar, Shasta is. Lost a toe in a cage door. And so University of Texas fans mocked the Cougars' injury by making this hand sign because his toe's gone. And then Houston quickly reclaimed it as a symbol of pride and is now like the University of Houston hand sign. Texas has their own. They got the kind of the horns that
Yeah.
they stick out there.
Oh, I'm seeing the part where it's the opposing players and fans are doing it.
Yeah, Texas
okay.
mocked their cougar
Texas
with
did
this.
it to Houston.
Yeah, and then
Gotcha.
Houston said, "Fuck you, it's ours now."
They
This is
reclaimed
pride."
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
They
gotcha,
said
gotcha.
this is ours now.
Nice.
Right, and I think maybe over time Texas kind of has a leg up there sports-wise
Oh,
as
sure.
a school for sure.
They don't have a Case Keenum in their school history, though.
They don't. Vince Young, go to hell. But I think also, and this will segue us back into Austin, where our good friends Evan and Adrienne live. Austin's also got a leg up in the city of Houston.
Yes.
Everybody there's
I would agree.
Everybody there is cool. Like
Everybody's
like Seattle, everybody thinks they're cool because they wear plaid and they
Mm.
have long hair and wear glasses.
There
I'm
go our
looking
you guys.
Seattle listeners.
Love you
I'm
guys.
looking down at my hair being long. I'm wearing plaid and currently wearing glasses.
But and they like give you like slow service at a coffee shop. Everyone in Austin is cool because they're actually cool. Like they're
What
in a
makes
band.
them actually cool?
They're in a band. Everybody's in a band.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Or they're like
fit.
an artist. I don't know. I feel like there's just lots of artists of all sorts in Austin.
Yeah, there's artists here.
Yeah, they're not as cool. They think they're cool.
Okay, that's the
the
difference.
thing.
Okay.
In Austin, people are actually cool. In Seattle, people just think they're
I
cool.
don't know about this.
The
line.
less known is always better than the know.
Yes.
That's what I like to
There
say.
you go.
grass is always greener.
But anyway, no, Austin's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a cool city.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how everybody seems to be fit over there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like when we went just recently, and I'm sure you saw this too, Nick. It had just like started to get warm for Austin, which it was like March, and it was 85 degrees, which was lovely. And they were like, it's still kind of cold. I don't know if I can wear like shorts. Meanwhile, I'm wearing like no clothes.
Yeah.
But since they were starting to strip off
She was
their
naked.
winter layers, everybody's super fit and everybody's out running and kayaking and doing like active stuff and hiking, but yet they eat Tex-Mex and barbecue. In my eyes, I think they eat it all the
Yeah.
time.
it
There's no
seems
other way to be.
fine.
I don't know how you could live in Austin and not eat Tex-Mex and barbecue all the time. It's the best thing on the planet.
Sure, it's just like this Tex-Mex we're having right in front of us.
Yeah,
I think
this
it's
is classic Tex-Mex.
I had this every day
This is
I was
queso,
in Austin.
queso from Austin, Texas, packaged in this Kraft cheese.
I think it's a beefier sort of fit, though. I think Seattle fit are more like the lanky kind of running type. People
Yeah.
have nothing on them; they're just kind of bones. And in Austin, there's a bit more muscle mass running around. I think it fits the Tex-Mex barbecue.
Getting into weird
palates.
territory.
Yeah.
It is a little bit. But you're
Sure, I
saying,
like this.
I mean, your fitness palace is the Y,
Yes.
and because this is a gripe household,
Yeah.
we've turned into.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We have a new segment here, and it's Devon's Y gripes. Devon, hit him with the Y gripe.
No pressure there. No, I mean, going to the Y is wonderful. It's like a really, really great place. We live in not the best neighborhood in Seattle, and it's like a place where kids can go and adults can go and everybody can go and like do fitness things. Well,
People are privy to what a Y is.
yeah, but I was like, it has to do with our neighborhood. Like, so essentially, our Y is open to children.
Right.
Essentially,
Right.
that don't have to be supervised by anybody else, which can be kind of a pain in the butt.
Right.
I've only run into it a couple of times, but one of the best stories I've seen was these two little boys that were brothers. One of them was sitting on the leg extension machine, so working out his hamstrings, and he had it on maybe, 7 pounds. He did about 82 reps as fast as he could, which took about 32 seconds. And then immediately went to the mirror and lifted up his shorts and flexed his legs. In front of the room of there's a good 20 people in this gym, which I have no gripes against him. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, get ripped
good
quick.
But they could be doing things that are much worse for themselves. They're trying to learn, but I just wanted to be like, slow it down, maybe up the weights a little bit, buddy.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's some other things that are, yeah. But
Have you seen any barefoot people there?
I haven't seen any barefoot people recently. I don't think. I see people take their shoes off when they squat. I think that's a thing though. Like in socks.
Is that a thing? Squat
I
boy
think
over
so.
there. Is that a
I
thing?
think
it is
because if your
like,
heels are up, you're not targeting your glutes as much. I think is what I interpret it.
yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
It's something about like balance too. Like you're making your feet work harder to balance when you take your shoes off.
Interesting.
Not dangerous?
No, I don't think so. You're not like bounding or like
No.
cutting or anything. It's just feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
My only other complaint, not even a complaint, it's just a funny story. This older gentleman that goes to the Y, and I see him there very often. And I don't know what his deal is. He's always very friendly, but he has successfully found a way to use each and every pre-core machine incorrectly. Like, there's one with like a chest press. He uses his feet on the feet straps and like pushes like.
Wait, how does he sit then?
So he's sitting.
Oh, he sits down. He
sitting
pushes
and
up with
pushes with his feet instead of pushing with his chest. And then like
And this guy's not barefoot of all people.
No,
I would
and
expect it.
like one where you were to be like pulling like a row, he like uses his abs. Anyway, I've seen him there.
Like he doesn't extend his arms.
So he's
he
just going back
goes
and forth.
He's being taken for a ride.
And like the thing is, he's there like 4 times a week. Like he's doing
like,
his
why
thing.
am I not getting any
I'm
gains?
not getting stronger.
Where are them gains at?
And I don't want to make fun of him. Like he's not doing anything wrong. He's again working on his fitness. He's
Sure.
putting in the hours.
Sure.
But I want to be
Not
like,
really.
Can you just you're doing it. You're kind of doing
It's like
it
he
wrong.
thinks he's going to a theme park and riding all the rides. He's not doing any actual workouts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think all of those people at the Y are wonderful, but it's just hilarious. And I try not to laugh, but I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, it's just like, you got a lot of the public there, I think. The public will show you
God,
things.
here we go again.
Oh boy.
That's
Anyway.
been Devon's Y. Hey, Y gripe?
Oh.
That's why. All right. How's the beer going down? We should talk a little bit about
Yeah.
this beer.
So this says it's Texas' oldest craft brewery. Do
Yes.
you have some info on the brewery?
It's 24 years old. It's older
24
than
years
me.
old. It also shows you. I don't know how that can be. 1994 is when it opened. How can that be the oldest craft brewery?
In Texas, it said.
I know, but even so, like, didn't the craft movement kind of start in the late 80s? The The
Not in
first one in
Texas.
Texas was 94.
Maybe not in
Apparently.
Texas. Yeah, I don't know. Do a deep dive.
I don't want.
deep
I
dive
can't
on
do it any
BA.
deeper.
Google the term Texas's oldest craft brewery and see what comes
Well,
up.
St. Arnold is actually the oldest craft brewery. It does brewery tours, so the brewery itself kind of. We've talked about these brew pubs before. This is one of those. Makes seemingly good beer. I like this beer.
Yeah, quite a few varieties too.
Yeah, a
Ones
lot
that are available year round.
Yeah, a lot of year-round beers. That's pretty cool. I think a lot of these craft breweries have more seasonals, it seems like. So this beer itself, Santo, Black Kolsch, reading the copy from the website, Black Kolsch technically doesn't exist as a style, but this is as close as they can come to describing it. Essentially, it is brewed using a Kolsch recipe with the addition of Munich and black malt. It is light-bodied and floral, yet with a distinct dark malt flavor. Goal was to create a dark yet refreshing beer that would pair perfectly with a plate of enchiladas. Disagree. So it's more malty than hoppy or a strong body. It's only got 18 IBUs, 4.7% alcohol.
I like it a
Nice.
lot.
I do
love
too.
malty beers.
This is not what I was expecting. So I saw Kolsch and I was like, oh, it'll be like a nice, easy drinking because that's like normally what Kolsch's are. Like if I'm feeling fancy at a bar and I don't want to drink just like a Rainier,
Right.
like I'll go for a Kolsch or a Pilsner or something like that that's lighter. But this is way maltier. It's very
like it
tasty.
or not?
I like it. It is not what I expected.
Well, what do you like about Kolsch then?
I think it goes back. I think I've talked about this before with like a blonde, of just not ordering a total shit beer, having it have a little bit more flavor. Yeah.
But not necessarily this much maltiness.
Yeah,
as in a dark
I was
beer.
surprised, but it does say black hole style beer. But
Yep.
that's interesting. It's super interesting.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the type of person that doesn't really like dark beer or black beer like this would be a nice hybrid between the two
Yeah.
styles and would be a good gateway drug into this type of beer. It hasn't won many awards. It's been in the World Beer Cup. In 2012, it won bronze. In 2014, it won silver. So yeah, it's brewed with what is it? We talked about a bit of the malted barley on it. There's a single hop variety in this beer. Oh boy, Hallertauer Hersbrucker.
Ooh.
4 separate additions to the brew kettle create the delicate flavor and aroma of this classic hop. So, and then traditional Kolsch yeast, of course, fermented
Of
on
course.
the cooler side, naturally, because we know what we're talking about on cold cans. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, one of Devon and I's first forays into Austin was Austin City Limits. It's a music festival that they have in Zilker Park, which is like right in the middle of the city. Again,
Right by the river.
Yep, again, our good friends Adrienne and Evin took us down there. They were kind enough to show us around. And so that got me thinking about music festivals because over this last Memorial Day weekend, Dev and I went out to the Sasquatch Music Festival that you, Nick, have been out to before.
I was.
Beautiful scenery out there. The gorge is it's really honestly one of the most beautiful music venues in the world. Maybe we'll post a picture of like one of the sunset sets out there, and the bands. I saw the National and Modest Mouse and people like that out there. It was pretty good. Saw Bon Iver. So it was cool. It was a good weekend. Nick, you didn't go because you don't like music festivals.
You hate them.
I don't. I
hate
hate 'em.
everything about them.
What don't you like about them?
One thing is being that close to friends for 4 days. No, it feels like I always felt like the old man in that group. It's a lot of like high schoolers.
Yeah, it's young
Not even
people.
like a lot of college, but also a lot of high schoolers. And so I don't like that. I don't particularly love camping unless it's like in a beautiful woods or something. Not when there's like music blasting.
You mean you don't want a man playing bongos at 4 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning? 'Cause we had that several times this
God,
weekend.
yeah.
Bongos.
Was it bongos or the sound of a honey bucket door slamming?
We
All
had
of
that
the
too.
above.
We were right by Honey
the
Bucket.
sweet, sweet sound of
saw
honey
that.
buckets slamming, accompanied by bongos
Nice.
and who God knows
beautiful
what.
melody.
Yeah, wonderful.
So yeah, when
4
I
a.m.
went and camped with you guys. We were 10 paces from the honey bucket.
Somehow this
We
year
were also
closer.
we might have
were
been closer.
closer.
saw the video. Oh, that's great.
But I agree with that. Like feeling like the old man, and you almost have to not call it camping.
Right.
You shouldn't even use that word just because there's tents out there.
It's
just
like
passing out on the crowd.
Literally, yeah.
music
In a
festival.
hayfield, essentially, with
Yeah.
dirty feet.
Yeah.
And also live music does like in that venue doesn't always do it for me. I
No?
like smaller venues for live
Okay.
music. And some of them, I mean, it's an amazing experience, obviously, like the beauty surrounding you and the whatever's coursing through your bloodstream.
A lot of drugs.
Makes it a lot better.
Not that we did
illegal.
any, mother.
No,
Not that we did
no.
any.
But
Right. So you like the maybe like a bar having like a thing in there. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm opposite of that. I don't like the indoor music. It's too loud. Like it hurts
it can
me.
border on that.
Yeah. I like outdoor venues a lot. Just it's much more relaxed.
Yeah. I feel like with music festivals too, like you get the opportunity to like if it's not someone you totally love playing, like you can wander off to a different stage, you can wander off and get food. And like the other thing that I totally love about music festivals is that they have a set time for all of their shows.
Yeah.
So they can't go over, they can't go under, and if they're late, they're fucking late, and they don't get to go over on their set.
Yeah.
And most people in that situation, I feel like, at least the Sasquatches run pretty well. They're respectful of the
They
time.
come right
the
out when
artists
they're
come out
supposed
when
to.
they're supposed to.
Yep.
Like even the National that was a headliner, they didn't do what is it, encore? What's it called?
No, they didn't do an
Encore?
encore because they were there till midnight, and so they were just like
They were like,
1:55
fuck
is
it,
our last song.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, and they played
and
it.
then the house music came on after it. It was
Nice.
wonderful. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
the
cool.
best thing ever.
No
like,
bullshit.
Yeah, let's not. You don't need to run backstage. Whatever. Just stay out here, you turds.
Nice.
The lead singer of the National, Devon
my
has
God.
a video of this. We'll be
I'll
able
show you
to
next.
post it. He went out into the crowd, and we weren't in like the pit. There's like the pit right in front of the stage where there's a fence, and we were just behind
Behind
that
the
fence
fence.
where we saw Florence and the Machine when we went. And we were standing behind that fence, and he was out for one of the songs, and he like jumped out there, didn't go into the pit, and just went around that fence.
And
And
there was like nobody down there. It was just us.
Devon, myself, Dennison, and Lindsay were all like an arm's length. He ran right by him. She has a video. He's just
Nice.
right
Yeah.
in front of us
was so
singing
cool.
his song.
It was so cool.
It was one of the cooler experiences.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything you were saying. Like, she brought up how in that show, actually, we had some breathing room down there, which was nice.
Yeah.
I don't like the people. Like, too many people I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But then again, every time I go to one of these music festivals, all of those things I share those gripes with. I got gripes. But then I like kind of like buzzing after a music festival. I'm like, God, that was amazing. I don't know. I don't want to be there because I want to shower and I want to sleep in my bed, but I miss not being there. And I think it's a combination of two things. One, just being immersed in music for 3 straight days is really like invigorating and refreshing.
Okay.
Generally, music is like a background thing for me.
Right.
And just focusing on that, I really like. And the
Do you
second,
think, do you
go
think
ahead.
that could be true of other things than music?
I think so.
Okay. So like if you went to like a
Film
Some-
festival.
Film festival or
film
something?
festival or even like the NCAA tournament, like a weekend
yeah,
where
yeah.
you're watching like 8
Right.
games in 2 days.
Yeah.
This is basketball for 3
Okay.
days. I think I would
I'd
love
buy
that.
that.
I
Yeah.
would get myself into it. And then the second thing I think is the biggest thing. I actually heard somebody behind me talking about this, and I was like, that's why I like this. Is like live music, it's just like, it's nice to be in the presence of like genius or brilliant creative people performing their act in front of you. And at a festival, you can just see one after another. And that's what I think is special about live music. You're in the presence of brilliance, and I think that's what like recharges me. And then you go to work and shit, and it's just like, you know, I'm an everyday guy. Everybody's everyday people, but like to be there and to see something special, somebody who's worked really hard to do that, I think that's the intangible thing that I was never able to define before I heard somebody say that.
Yeah. I think I also like, again, finding new artists. Like you found a couple of new artists that you liked.
Yeah.
You're like forced to be like, oh, well, I'm listening to this person. Like, do I like them? Do I not? And some people who you think you wouldn't like, I don't know. I'm trying to think like Lizzo, who I hadn't listened to much
Yeah,
of
I'm not
anyway.
a big
she like
Lizzo
she, like,
genre man, and I really liked her
rocked
thing.
her show. So
Yeah.
it's like you can see all these different people in one spot. Whereas like I don't want to pay $30 to go to just a Lizzo concert to be like, well, maybe I don't like her.
Yeah.
So it's
I
a
just
nice
wouldn't go.
nice way to do that as
Discovery.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But music festivals are fun. Austin City Limits is great. Sasquatch is great, both for very different reasons. I
Austin
think.
City Limits goes to the first point because when we were at Sasquatch, the overwhelming negative thing I felt was like, I'm getting to be too old for this. I'm 20 years old.
Yes.
There's definitely people in their 30s and stuff still cruising around.
Yeah.
But they do it a little differently. They're not camping. They're like in an RV in like the gold section. They're like not going to deal with all the shit. They just want to be in the live music scene and then go
Right.
back. Austin City Limits in the middle of Austin, you can you can go to like a hotel. There is no
Yeah.
camping.
Mm.
So
Stay
you're
in a
done.
hotel.
You go into
really
Austin,
nice.
and then you come back the
That
next
wouldn't
day,
be so bad at all.
and you're just in a park all day, and then you leave. It's wonderful.
It's really nice.
So
That I could get behind, I think.
mhm.
Yeah.
Because you can remove yourself from
Yeah,
it. You're
exactly.
not steeped
Yeah,
in
you
it.
have to.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be nice.
Yeah.
So once again, Austin does things well.
Yes.
Yeah, they
very,
do.
very
They
well.
do.
Definitely.
Speaking of doing things well, I've got another parable of terrible for you
Oh
guys.
my God!
my God.
This is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented.
Is it another Lunchable? Were they 2
It's
for?
another Lunchable.
Oh,
It's the exact same one.
Boy, 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
No, this one we've mentioned, a little Tex-Mex, so we got that out of our system. Now we got a little barbecue coming your way.
Oh boy.
I was walking down the international aisle at QFC and came across these puppies.
What,
What?
are those?
I have no idea. It's called Bisley
Barbecue.
Barbecue by
From-
Osem.
The Osem brand.
Beautiful. I'm
What
live.
the
I'm live
fuck?
tweeting
So,
this, guys.
Is it in
says
English?
Flavored wheat snacks is the translation.
Barbecue wheat snacks.
It is
BBQ.
imported by a company in New Jersey, and it comes from Israel.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're hitting home on a
What?
number of.
What's that? Ow.
Well,
He's
been
been.
to Israel. I like Israeli
Right, we're
food.
popping them open.
All right. Smell.
Ooh, smells like dog food. Oh no.
Oh, it smells terrible.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it smells like
that's-
open.
It does.
Dog
it
food's
smells
the
like
best.
dog food. Oh my
It
god.
totally smells like
Uh-oh.
dog food. All right,
All
I'm taking
right,
one.
you
I'm
take
not
one.
sure the Israelis are known for their barbecue.
Who knows? Maybe this one will be just like last week, where your little greasy paws of the 3 of you. I could hear you munching on Cheetos all week. Brooks, I'm talking to you out there.
Yeah, we
All
were
of
not,
you were doing
We
it.
were not considerate of the listener in that episode.
Like I just kept being like, the back's got to be empty soon. Nope. All
ma'am.
the whole thing. Yeah.
So, I would say I was surprised by these.
I'm surprised by the taste.
They're
yes.
better than what they smell like.
Yes.
They smell like poop or dog food or whatever you
Yes.
want to call it.
Dog poop, if you will.
Yeah. That said, I think it pairs much better than the Tex-Mex you brought
Yes.
into the joint.
Yes.
But
Though I'm willing to give that another shot.
we'll go for it. Give it a
Okay.
shot here. Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
They have
Ooh.
the
I'm going to take the barbecue. I'm
consistency-
going
yeah.
to dunk it into the nacho cheese.
Oh God.
mama.
I was just gonna speak. They have the consistency of like Fritos chili cheese.
Yeah,
The twist. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So that's what they look like, listeners. They're like little twisty things.
Yes.
They kind of actually taste like that too. I feel like.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think the Basili brand is copying the Frito.
Yeah. It's a very
moniker.
subtle
The
flavor, though.
Frito
Unless the ones
Peeps.
I've eaten so far just didn't have much dust on them.
No,
But it's
yeah,
like
it's
very-
not. It's not like crazy.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I would say this is parable. Barbecue flavor, great snack. Very parable
I
indeed.
agreed.
All right,
Nom, nom, nom,
parable.
nom,
Nom, nom, nom, nom, nom. Although guest, she says no.
They shall have
I
no
have- I
influence
have
on the
an-
ratings of beer or parable or terrible or anything else with the show.
I can't talk and
okay.
chew at the same time. I can't defend myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
very parable. Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
And I have something special for you guys.
Oi, papi.
A third terrible, terrible. And it's your raspberries.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I bought raspberries before
Yeah,
the
he
show.
brought raspberries in.
That big old thing,
And I
2
think-
pints of raspberries, was $4.
Savings. Not going to find that in Houston. The raspberries pair very well as well. So we're 2 out of 3, I think, in my opinion. Nom, 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 nom.
Raspberries are good. I like these.
And they go with a dark Kolsch for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, it does actually
Like
really go
the
well.
raspberry chocolate pairing
So I wanted to bring it up.
of fame.
A very rare 3 parable or terrible.
Hey, can we get to the BA score?
Ooh.
Hit me. Hit me.
Okay, so this comes from reviewer
Hit me.
Slate Tank.
Slate tank.
Slate Tank.
Okay, just making sure.
I
Or
told you, these
Slat
beefy
E-Tank.
guys in
These
Austin.
beef boys. I tried this on tap at the airport cantina in Dallas, served chilled in a Pilsner glass. That's my favorite part of the whole review. That might be all that's worth reading, and I just wanted to do that. He says the flavor matches the mouthfeel in that it has a mild, dry, nutty taste with slight herbal hop that is complementary with the gentle yeast element. This guy's full of shit. Overall, this is a strange brew, sort of like black IPA, in that the flavor fits the style, but the dark malt color makes you think Shores beer. Worth a try. 3.85 out of 5.
3.85 out of 5. I love the specificity. By the way, black IPA is a lot like black eyed peas. Oral-B, Oral-B, Oral-B.
Callback. There we go.
That should be some kind of advertising campaign.
So what
The
did
black eyed peas? Ace. So overall, it's we'll move past that one. Blaze past that attempt. Overall, it was a 3.41 out of 5, or okay.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's a little better than that.
I agree.
I think before we get to the rankings, though, we have a little bit of mailbag.
I got mailbag too, actually.
Wow, we're on our game today.
It's a fourth Parable Terrible. It is actually involved with that. Let me just read it off quick. This
go
comes
ahead.
from loyal listener, good friend of the show, J.O. He said
J.O. knows 8.
he was listening to our last episode in which we were munching in the listeners' ears.
Yes, the whole freaking episode. No, I'm just
And so this is what he said. And he was listening early. He texted me this Friday at 8:50 a.m.
Oh,
boy.
boy.
Well, for him, I guess it was 10:50.
Oh, I thought you meant 8:50 his time. I was like, wow.
That was my bad. That was
Okay.
8:50 for me. And
Your
I'm
bad.
just
Hey, hand
rolling
up.
out of bed hungover. Okay, here's what he said. I love that every Parable or Terrible is basically only food you'd buy on a road trip at a gas station in the middle of the third state of the journey. Which I thought was dead on.
Yeah, that
like
is
all
dead
these
on.
weird variety things. And then he says, wherever that is, you hit the point where you're like, I'm sick of my go-to snack. Let me try this off-the-wall random flavor of chip. There is no fear when selecting new flavors on road trips. Spicy, sweet, salty, garlic Pringles. Let's give them a try. Barbecue buffalo, pickled chocolate bugles. How bad could they be? So he was getting creative with it.
I that's pretty good.
Speaking very, very well.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And thanks, J.O., for commenting. And you were dead on. That's all I
Yeah,
can
you're
say.
spot
It
on.
was dead on.
And all we can say about this is that the Lunchables fit the bill, but unless you're on a road trip on your way to the Holy Land, you're not
Yeah.
going to find Bacilli barbecue crunchers.
But
But
you're
yeah,
worse off because of it. You'll want these, folks.
We had a rare mail bag. We got a rare mail bag.
on that rare.
We're on a rare mailbag Instagram post. This is from Gnomes.
Sure.
Gnomes 11785 out of Roseville, Minnesota. She says, next time you come home to Wisco, may I suggest bringing back some Lift Bridge for review.
Lift
Hashtag yum. Hashtag Lift Bridge Brewery. We got a picture here of.
She's got your
drinking-
koozie.
She's got our
Lift
koozie.
Bridge.
She's drinking.
Yeah,
the
she's
Lift
a
Bridge.
friend of a person who lived next to me or above me in college
Nice. Awesome.
or after college.
I was going to say,
So,
you
friend of a
reluctant to say friend of a friend there. Friend
Well,
of
I
a
did-
person.
Did I say person?
Yes.
I meant
Friend of a person
neighbor who
lived.
became a friend.
Okay.
And then
Well, it
Also-
just qualified as friend.
I like to be specific. I'm doing a disservice to the rest of my friends if I just say that she was automatically a
Oh,
friend.
so you're saying she's a lower tier friend?
Acquaintance, I think, is the term you were looking
No,
for.
no.
Nope, not even.
Barely.
Also, I
Well,
just
no,
want
I-
to call attention to the fact that while you were reading that, I watched Nick Patry take a raspberry and dip it in that cheese sauce.
Oh no!
I went
Nick.
next level.
And that,
And
now
then
I'm
he's
going
doing
in
stick it
it
on top of a
again.
bacilli, and then you've got the trifecta. You'll transcend.
Anyway, so I just needed to throw that out there.
Well,
as
that's
well.
not
bad. A little sweet, a little salty.
Oh boy.
Little cheese and fruit pairing?
I highly doubt that.
Cheese. So listeners, if you want to get the experience at home, you're going to take some raspberries and you're going to melt a craft single on top of those raspberries, and then you're going to guzzle it down.
And don't take it out of the plastic,
Yeah,
folks.
no,
Don't
plastic
listen-
stays on. Faux show.
As Zach Patry would say, don't listen to the guest. By the way, Gnomes on Instagram, thank you, and
Thank
we
you for
will try.
listening.
I've never even heard of Lift Bridge, so
I hadn't either. I looked it up, and it's from Stillwater, Minnesota.
okay, cool. So if we find it, we will keep that in mind when next time we go
Minnesota.
back. Otherwise, send it over USPS.
It's got to be so expensive to mail beer.
Yeah, and certainly illegal.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
who cares?
It-
The USPS should be worried about getting screwed over by Amazon.com
go.
before they start worrying about me sending a little beer through the mail.
if Amazon's not careful, I'm gonna come through their little glass balls, throw somebody out the top. All right, we got one more mailbag. And this is from Casey Ryerson at CPI Ryerson 22 in response, where in last week's episode, basically Nick put Casey on blast. which
This is
which
insane.
we reframed to putting somebody on blats. So Nick put.
I liked that. By the way, I've seen this whole exchange. Decided not to participate.
Well, thank you very much for participating in our social media, trying to get this thing off the goddamn ground. So Nick puts Casey on blast, and Casey says, "I wish I logged into the Snapchat yesterday. If Nicholas Patry didn't cut me out, I would have." So he claims it was not him. That was tooling around in there. So we've been hacked by the Russians. You're not going to be able to keep your Snapchat. What's the password? Say it out loud.
I don't know. I told you I have it on autofill on my phone.
Oh God.
I could
You think
probably
it's
change
password?
it.
You think it's
Yeah, it's
password? That's probably
password.
Yeah.
password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
7?
it's like it's all of his like.
It's probably like
Trump
boots on
beans.
ground or something.
Yeah, KC69. It was like
Everybody
KC69.
try
It
boots
was.
on ground.
It
Hack
was
'em.
KC69.
If you guys can hack our Snapchat, please do, and then let us know what the password was that got you in.
yeah.
It's something, yeah, boots on ground 69 KC, something like that. Just try to hack it out there. That's all we have for the mailbag. So thank you. Keep sending us in. Find us on Instagram at ColdCansPod.
Yeah.
Find us on Twitter at ColdCansPodcast. Let's rank this son of a bitch.
Rank it. By the way, the Instagram is run by our very own
Yes.
My
Oh, God,
Devon
your
Glocke.
face during that exclamation
in our
was,
ears during that.
was painful.
Jesus, Joe.
All right. God, I'm sorry, guys.
Stop having
Way
fun.
to go.
I'll try to tone it
Yes,
down.
I run the Instagram, so and sometimes I forget. So sorry.
Oh, I think you do a wonderful job.
Yeah, so follow them and hang out with us. I don't know.
Yeah,
Follow
hang out with
along.
us. Keep gramming us, or however,
Yeah.
whatever the verb is.
Hey, slide into them DMs.
You'll see some poorly lit photos of beer cans.
Taken by,
is
yeah.
what you'll see.
Yours truly.
Yes, I appreciate it though. It makes my life easier.
So let's rank this. We got beer tiers. We got cream of the crop. We got wild cards, mild cards, deplorables, and Russian radioactives. Do we need to make another tier, or should we just put that off for another week?
No more tears.
I think there needs to be more tiers because there's going to be too many in each one. I'm wild about this. I don't think it's cream of the crop, but I'm wild.
I like that, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, folks, for tuning in.
That's it. We're done here. I would like to say exactly where I would like to place it. And this is where it should go, right? That's what you guys decided.
Guests
The
have,
guest has,
have
yeah.
full say.
Yes.
Full say.
Well, where would you place it? We'll get it up to you
give
first.
me your computer. Or-
Take a computer. Be careful here. It's the one recording.
Okay, well, will you scroll for me
I'm
then?
eating raspberries.
Yeah, chomp, chomp, chomp.
All right,
no,
so-
it's not in the top.
It's not in
Get
cream of the
out
crop?
There.
Really? I think it's
No.
close. I'm
Agreed.
looking at Optimism Brewery before the done. All
It
right.
is not cream.
Nah.
Wild Cards goes from
Cream of Clapton, maybe, but not the cream of the crop.
Wild Cards goes from Red Hook ESB, which is at number 9, down. I'll start scrolling down. Old Rasputin, Swivelhead Red IRA, Longboard Lager, Fat Tire, Session, Rainier, Line of Google's Original. I think it's somewhere in there. Freeman Parkland Pills, Sam Adams Boston Lager, Stella Artois, Line of Google Summer Shandy, Great Lakes Christmas Ale. Summer Shandy went too low. You guys put that too low. Great Lakes Christmas Ale,
No.
Alaskan Amber,
We could talk about this on another show because this one's getting long, but no.
Crikey IPA, and Ugly Pug. So, did you see anything in there, Devin, that was catching
Yeah,
your eye?
I have no clue. I don't care.
All right. So
I would, yeah, go ahead.
if you want to come down from on high like you always do and just put me on blast, I think I have this one just behind Swivelhead Red IRA and just above Longboard Lager.
I was going to say just below Longboard Lager.
Above Fat Tire.
Yeah, above Fat Tire. Because I think it's like somewhat similar, not in style, but like in heaviness and drinkability to Fat Tire.
Sure.
It's maybe a little more drinkable than Fat Tire. But Longboard Lager, remember how on Longboard Lager we were at the start of this show?
That's true. And it just kind of, it was too early in the show so that like it was way up at the top. And then
Yeah,
we
it was
just-
number 1 for a while.
Yeah, we spliced in, well, at least 11 of them ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I kind of forgot about that. I agree. Longboard Lager, good memories. I mean, I also have good memories in Austin, though, is the only other thing. This puts me
It's
back
a Houston beer.
to a great
It's
place.
true.
But this
It's
is
a
Houston
Putting you
beer.
on
beer.
Blats.
I have to put that down now in deplorables. No, I'm good with that. So that'd
Okay.
be our new number 13 from the Texas's oldest craft brewery, Santo's Black Kolsch style beer. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
Devin, my life, thank you for being on the show. As always, you were wonderful. And
Cheers.
I love you very much.
And we got a
Cheers,
5th
listeners.
Parable of Terrible!
Only a seal man can be
The Cold Cans podcast is recorded in the Overcast room at Cloud Studios in Seattle, Washington. Visit cloudstudiosseattle.com